All right, what's good, everybody? This is Imprecisely once again. It's your boy Jordan Valenzuela, and I'm joined by a very special friend, very special guest, my boy Joshua. How you doing, sir?
Good, good, good. Thank you, bro. Thank you for having me. I
No,
appreciate you.
of course, man. Thank you for doing this. So, just a quick little background for everybody who's wondering who this man is. He's a assistant manager at UFC Jim White Kelly. He's a founder of his own company, Send It Graphics. Check him out. They do printing on shirts, stickers, masks, you name it. They got it. And just overall athletic specimen, humble grinder, and
No,
good friend. So thank you, man. I appreciate you so much for doing this, bro.
thank you, bro.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you.
you.
So first off, bro, long time no see. I miss you,
Yeah, dude, it's been a
man.
minute, man. It's like it's hard to go from like 6 days seeing everyone's faces,
Mm,
fist bumping and whatnot, and then now it's like you don't see nobody again, right? I mean, other than
yeah,
social, but yeah, like yeah, dude, miss everybody, miss the gym fam for sure.
yeah, I feel you. Cause like I religiously go to the gym, so every time I'm there, you're always there as well, just hanging out, and working hard, grinding, and bringing people in, trying to just make the most of the day, make the most of your situation of your job. And I respect that so much. And I would see you all the time. It's always like a good move when I walk in and you're the first person I see. I'm like, oh, all right, this is about to be a good gym session. My boy Josh is here. It just kicks it off right. Dude, you're such a light, bro. You're such a, you put yourself out there and you're very, it's, it's, it's contagious, the vibe, the positivity, the aloha. It's very contagious. Where does that come from? Were you just always like that? Because I feel like
Um,
I'm like that. That's why we connect. You know what I'm saying? So I see it in other people, and you're definitely one of those people.
I've always had like that energy, and I've always felt like energy is infectious, right? Like
Hmm.
especially like you coming into my gym, right? It's my duty or my job to infect you with positive vibes, good energy, because you could have all the bad day in the world, but you come into my gym, and if I greet you with a smile, that little instant might change your whole day around.
So
But it's actually from an acronym from the gym, which I actually still use to this day, and it's a 4 E's and a P, which is energy, energize, edge, what was it? Energy, energize, edge. Oh shoot! And then there's one more E, and there's a passion. I'm so sorry, totally blanked on that last E. But energy, and the first two is I gotta have the energy, and I gotta have the energy to energize you. If you
yes,
see me and I'm just like, hey, what's up, Jordan? Like, have a good
right.
session, bro. That doesn't do nothing for you. If I come at you with high fives, bro. What's up, bro? How you
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, yeah,
Hey, good to see you. Hey, thanks for coming, bro. Good to see you. Have a good workout. You're
for
pumped.
sure.
Like,
Yeah, I
ooh,
think.
what's he on?
Yeah, exactly. And I
Right?
think that's why we became homies right off the bat. Cause I'd like to say that I'm like that. You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely like I'm like, oh, there's an energy match here. So even if I walk in the gym all tired, just got off work, or I kind of force myself to be there, man, I gotta like regardless, I was gonna get it in, but man, you definitely brighten the mood, and I feel like that's why UFC gym has um that vibe, that feel, that aloha spirit, that it's a community and everybody's cool,
No,
everybody,
for sure.
yeah, because I've been to other places, I worked out other places throughout my life, and I gotta say, that's definitely one of the most like a lot of the friends I have today that I've made and that are like pretty close to me, I've met at the gym. A lot of the connections I have are at the gym. You know what I'm saying? And like everybody knows you. Everybody's like, "Oh, Josh, that's the guy, that's the outro guy, that's the guy at the front desk." You just kind of you light up the place, effortlessly, and that's very pivotal in what you do. You like with the membership sales and getting people in. That's so crucial, because you don't want like if I was trying to get signed up, I don't want somebody coming up to me trying to sell me a product like, "Hey, yeah, so we got the benches over there, legs over there, punching bags over there." Dude, you're so ecstatic about it and you're so passionate and driven. It's like they can't help but like sign and like join later. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
like,
what's going on in my hand? Like,
you're
why
like,
is he
huh,
just doing that?
I'm
Like
not
we just
doing
met.
this. No, I'll be like, I'll be working out and then I see you like giving people a tour and they're so into it. And I'm like, oh, that's Josh right there, bro. I respect it a lot, man. I respect that a lot. I just,
Thank you, man.
to
Yeah.
take it back, I gotta ask, how did you get your start there? Like, how did you, like, did you work your way up to be assistant manager, or like how long you been at UFC? What's your story behind all that?
Dude, like well, like born and raised in Oahu. Like if we're going that far back, like real quick story. Just born and raised. I left Hawaii in '06. I graduated high school in May of '06. May, June, July, August 3rd. I was on a plane to California for school. August 3rd, 2006. I did not move back. Certain events had me move back in 2015. 2015 was like March or February. Anyway, I started working at Papa John just to get that money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Money coming in. Cause I just started, I'm setting up roots again. And we just moved back in 2015 and I didn't like it. So I found another job. I didn't like that either. And again, things happen for a reason, right? So
For sure.
I left that job. It was like a driver job. I was a driver for an imaging office. So it was a really cool job where I spent most of my day in my car and I drove around and just picked up things, dropped them off. But there was no room for growth. I just felt like it was a dead end to me. And I just
Mm-hmm.
I needed something else. So naturally I went to some work conference and then I ended up taking another job at another printing company. Long story short, their promises wasn't what they promised. And when I got there, it wasn't anything that they said. So after a month there, I've never quit a job in my life. I've stuck it out. I told auntie, uncles, like, I can't do this anymore. I left. Now I left. I tried to go back to my previous job. Hey, boss, like, I left on good terms. Can I come back? Long story short, they said they outsourced my position. I was dead in the water. I had no job. And then just so happens, I reached out to my pops, and my pops is just I'm another version of him. He's Mr. Aloha, and he's always good vibes. And just so happens he knew the GM at the gym in 2015, which is now the GM of the Mililani. And he reached out to him, and he's like, "Hey, you know what? We just did a hiring. They just did a hiring that week, but perfect timing. One person dropped out, so they always hire in pairs. They always hire, it's either 2 or 4, right? So they had 4 people hire, one dropped out, right? And then so one dropped out. So the GM then was like, I'll give you a shot. Let's jump on. And then so he gave me that shot. I did the interview that day. And then from there, it was just like, boom, you get 3 months and then the rest is history.
Oh, wow. No, yeah, I always meant to ask, because if anybody who works out at Waikele or who knows UFC Waikele, you are like the face of UFC Waikele, you know what I mean? Like, everybody knows you. You're in all the promos, videos, and everything. Like, you're it, bro. Like, it's you. So I was always curious, like, oh, I wonder, like, man, this guy feels like he's been putting work here for a while. And it's so ironic that you say that, because I signed up in 2015. Like, I signed up at the end of 2015. So
Okay.
it's like, and then, yeah, it's been like my home gym ever since. So the fact that, like, we
Right.
kind of
No,
got
yeah.
started in the same year, it's like,
Oh,
oh,
so
that's
you
so
did. So
crazy.
yeah, I
Yeah.
literally was the beginning of 2015 was the beginning and whatnot. And yeah, I had no gym experience. I didn't know any gym and whatnot. I'm sorry, Jordan. I got my daughter here.
No,
Come
you're
here.
good, man. You're good. You're
I've
good.
got. You want to see the little beautiful chunkers? This is Ivani. This is where I do
Hi,
my
baby.
grind. This is where I'm always hustling and grinding, and
Mm-hmm.
she's trying to keep her out, bro. But it's
Hey,
hard.
let's
So
let's let's just do let's just get a real quick picture for the thumbnail. Everybody smile, baby.
smile. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, smile.
All right, cool. Nice.
Perfect. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, wait. Sorry. What was the question? Repeat that one more time.
Oh, no, I was just saying, like, it just occurred to me that we signed up. Oh, and we got our starts at UFC the same year. Yeah.
That's dope. So we've been good friends for the last 5 years. Like literally
Yeah.
day in, day out, fist
Day one.
bump, how you doing, whatnot.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Exactly.
pretty cool, man.
I didn't know that I mean, I see it all over your social media. You play football in high school and college?
Dude, yeah, like since baby days, like my dad raised me. If school wasn't done, I had to be busy.
Mm-hmm.
And year round it was sport after sport after sport. So all throughout my childhood, if once school got done, elementary got done, I was in a sport. And
Right.
football ended up being the one sport like I really like just gravitated towards and stuck with. So I played football in high school, and then I played football in high school, and then actually I out of high school I got accepted to Oregon on academics. So my
Okay.
academics were on point, but the financials, I just didn't want to take out that much loans and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot, dude. It's like out of
Yeah.
state tuition. Anyway, I ended up finding a home at a JUCO in California, a
Okay.
junior, and basically a junior college, and it's the football team. So um, yeah, I called the coach. So this is crazy. It's on a Monday. I found out I wasn't going to go to University of Oregon. I found out on Monday I wasn't going to go to University of Oregon. Hold on, sorry, brother.
No, you're good.
I don't know where the cap went, baby. I found out on a Monday I wasn't going to go to University of Oregon. Tuesday, I called my head coach. I was like, Coach, say I'm not going to Oregon. Where can I go and still play ball? That Wednesday, he had me call this coach in this place I never knew, bro. I have no Southern California, Palm Desert, Palm Springs. I know where this is. Like,
Yeah.
and I call on Wednesday, and he's like, I get on the phone with coach, blah, blah, blah. This is who I am. He's like, we've got a lot of receivers. Hey, enough already. Okay, you got a lot already. Miss Chapstick all over your lips. This is enough. I'm sorry. Okay, go show mommy how you do it. Go show mommy your lips. How beautiful you look. Go. And then, so from there, I ended up going up there that Friday. So Wednesday, that following Friday, I was on a plane to California. That's how crazy it switched around, bro.
Wow, it's quick.
It's how crazy it switched around. So a lot of my family, a lot of my friends still thought I was going to Oregon. Everybody thought I was still going to Oregon because, and I got the financials, and I was like, whoa, this is not rocking. But I wanted to get off the island. I needed to get off the island. I needed to, spread your wings in that sense, right? So I ended up going to California. And then, when you go to California or you see the old Western movies and the freaking tumbleweeds, the big tumbleweeds, dude, those are like for real.
It's really there.
So you see, they're really there.
You're on the side of the road, and it's just, oh.
And they're really, really big, bro. They're really big. And if they hit your car, it can really damage your car. Like if you hit the grill, I didn't know it was like that, bro. So like you could really damage your car and damage your vehicle. Give me 1 second, brother. I'm so sorry, bro.
No.
I'm so sorry. No, I'm so sorry, bro. Give me a second. Let me just get her
good.
situated.
Yeah. So you were just talking about how you made that quick transition. Everything kind of happened fast, like regarding moving and then tumbleweeds denting your grill and all that.
Like it was just a trip because it was so surreal that I had planned for Oregon. I had looked up sites. I had looked up parks. I'd looked up the weather. You know what I mean? Everything was like University of Oregon, be a Ducks, and then to get this message that, hey, like here's the financials and here's what it is.
Yeah,
it's not piecing together. What's plan B? I did not want to be stuck on the island, bro. There's no way. I had to get off. And so then I was just like, the next best ticket. But here's the cool thing is, again, everything happens for a reason, right? My mom's husband's family lived in the valley, which is like Coachella Valley. I didn't know them, but it was still a point of contact of like, if anything happened, I had somewhat family there. And what's beautiful is when I got there, they helped set me up and whatnot. But it was just so going from Hawaii to a desert, bro, like complete desert. Like you're going to like just sand dunes, and then it's a city. Palm Springs is almost like a retirement kind of community, right? So it's a very high, lavish, but very, I guess you could say the demographic is a lot older.
This is SoCal?
Yeah, it's in SoCal. Okay. It's about 2-3 hours inland. Okay. So like here's Palm Springs, here's LA, and here's San Diego. So the coastline is right there, right? But we're more inland. But it was just nice because like you could drive like 2-3 hours. You're on the coast. You could be north, wherever. So it was such a quick turnaround. But when I got there, dude, it was like 110, and the weather, bro. Oh my God, the weather 110, 115. Imagine doing 2-a-day practices. No trade winds, 2-a-day practices, bro, in 110, 115, like 8 at night, and it's still 105. Like, but it's dry heat. So dry heat, right? But still, it's like it was just a total different, like, I guess you could say, animal to go out there and to experience. But and then I survived it for 7 years, bro. I mean, 2006, 7, 8. I mean, 2006 to 2015, I ended up just staying. But I think I attribute that to when we first moved up. There was a lot of Hawaii boys, a lot of maybe about 10 of us. The second year, there's another 10 that came. But one by one, each one just kept moving back home. This isn't for me. Threw in the towel and went back home, right? And then when I'd go home for summers or when I would go home for Christmas, I'd see those guys. Nothing wrong with them. What's up, boy? Good to see you. And you could just tell they weren't happy at the jobs that they were at, or just you just get caught in that same rat race, right? So I ended up just sticking it out. That mentality for me was just like, don't do it. Don't go back home. We'll always be there. Like, just stick it out. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how rough it gets, just stick it out, play the seasons. And I ended up just staying there, bro.
Wow. What position did you play? You were a receiver?
I was a slot back, like that Wes Welker type.
Oh, okay.
Like even in high school, I was never big. Like I was never a big guy. Like benching, bro, you kill it. That was like benching, bro. But like benching, like in high school, like wasn't my thing. But like squats, you put me man up again and somebody inside the gym with squats, don't try me, bro. I'm squatting 4 or 5 plates. Like I'm squatting 4 or 5 plates. We going work. Like that was my thing.
For breakfast.
For breakfast, like slap the plates on, like slap them, let me eat them up. But like when I did squats, people would be like, oh shit, like weight room, you know, everybody stop.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
go, and like I'm 5'3", a buck 35, buck 45, soaking wet, and I'm pumping four plates and a quarter. So like thunder thighs, bro. But like I could run, and I
Right.
was smart. That's the thing is like if I wasn't big enough, if I wasn't fast enough, I was gonna be smarter than you.
Right.
And that's kind of like what I prided myself in, like in high school. Once I figured that out, once I knew that right there, I was like, look, there's these guys on these field, like, you know, I'm moving up, I'm good, but I want to take my game to the next level. How can I do that?
For sure.
I can't put on 2 feet of height. There's no way I can do that. I can't put on 30 pounds of muscle. So what's the next best way? And I was like, let me get into these books. And then from then, bro, it was just like, it just started like things just started ticking as like the game slowed down for me.
Maybe you became more of like a cerebral player.
Right. I was more of a cerebral player, like especially while I'm in motion and I see like just certain ways, like the DN's fingers, is his fingers white or is it red? You know, the way he's on his heels, you know, is a linebacker looking at you or is he peeking in? Where's the safeties at? Is it 2 safeties or is it 1 safety? How far the corners drop? All those questions I'm answering in a moment of emotion. From a tackle to another tackle, I'm motion. Within that period, I'm answering all those questions. I'm surveying, but I'm doing it in a sense that I'm not even looking.
Yeah.
So it's using you know, what is that view? I can see it out of the corner of my eye.
Peripheral.
That was a cool thing. Yeah, peripheral. Sorry, and I could see it out of the corner of my eye. And then the game slowed down, and I would just do my routes. I'd find my pockets, and I'd sit. I never had the 6th gear. I'm 5'3", bro. I don't have that 6th gear, bro. Like people are fast.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Do you have a team?
Me?
Yeah.
I think you're wearing
hey, you
gotta rep it.
They lost today. They lost today. Bad. They got spanked.
And we lost today. At least
I had to represent this Cowboy.
You gotta rep. Here, yes, and CD's touchdown was me. But my team, unfortunately, doesn't have a name. We're the Washington football team.
I see.
Washington, yeah. So, you know, good.
Till I die, bro. I'm gonna be frowning in the casket with this on.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. This is
There's the thumbnail. There's the thumbnail.
There it is. That's the thumbnail.
Oh, bro. That's it right there.
Yeah. But yeah, my dude, like that's been my team since I think it was high school. Freshman, sophomore year. I never had a team before then, right?
Yeah.
I never had a team. And then in high school, some of the seniors started calling me Santana Moss. They said I played game like him. I was snappy. I was small. Because Santana Moss, if you look back at him, he was snappy. He was small. He had heart. Like he would be the smallest guy. He'd be quick, and he'd make people miss. Right. You know, and that was my game. And then one of the seniors, I think it was my sophomore year when I got pulled up to the Vars after our sophomore year had ended. I got pulled up to varsity, and then he started calling me Santana. Then next thing you know, everybody on the field. So every time I stepped on the field, I was Santana, and it stuck. And then Santana is dope. And then I was like, who's Santana Moss? I started dialing in, started looking at it, and start studying his game, and that kind of he became part of my game. And then Sean Taylor, you know, from the Redskins, you know what I mean? Him, like his heart, the hitting vibes. Like I love to hit because of that. Right. Like I attribute watching Sean Taylor's videos, watching his games, and how he would come down full force and just hit you, and he would let you know he was there. So every game for me was my thing was I'm gonna let you know I'm here. Right, I'm gonna let you know I'm here the whole game, because you could clock me and hit me, and that's given.
Yeah,
right?
I'm in your face all night, bro.
Yeah, I'm in your face all night. Dude.
Get used to this. You don't see this all night.
Yeah, but if I clean you out and you 6'2", you 190, you big,
what's
I'm
your
flexing.
excuse?
But if you know, yeah, exactly. But if you hit me and I clean out, that's given. Like you just hit the smallest kid in the field. But this kid's burning everybody. This kid's hitting everybody. So that was me, bro. That's why they call me Santana.
That's interesting, bro. So what's your opinion on the current state of your team's, you know, the name dilemma and all that? Not really a dilemma, but it's an issue.
Yeah, like this past offseason has been a lot of drama around that team and whatnot.
What's your take on that?
It's wild. I don't agree with I really don't agree with some of the news about the back office and whatnot. That's like something that I can't control. I'm still gonna rep, you know, burgundy and gold, right?
Right.
Like how you said, you rep it till you die. But I do look forward to the new era of Ron Rivera. I'm so stoked for that. Like him coming in is like a breath of fresh air, right? Breath of fresh air. Him coming in and then like you can just see it already. Like a lot of the players are young. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of the foundation we're building on. And then like we've got one of the best D lines. So I'm stoked on the future ahead. And
Mm-hmm.
then, being that I was stuck through the last decade of just like, so it's
I'm right there
refreshing to
with you,
come into the
bro.
season,
I'm right there
right?
with you.
Like,
Hey, can
right.
I
And then
can I
we
just
know,
say I'm so proud of all the Hawaii boys making it out. Like Tua,
yeah,
and then like
right.
Dallas.
No,
They
no, no,
they
for
drafted
sure.
Bradley and I think he's from Oklahoma. I want to say or
Right.
something like that. Like
Something like
under
that.
the
Yeah, the
radar,
local
under the
boy,
radar pick, man. But he's like a
right?
Laie boy.
There's that, there's a Miami boy, right? That Miami backer. He's from Hawaii too, that
Oh,
local
right, right,
boy.
right, right, right.
Right. He
Yeah,
had a big game this past week, was a big sack or something. Yeah.
yeah,
Shout out to all the Hawaii wave.
yeah. I'm just, oh man, it's just unfortunate with all these like cases rising and like games being postponed, or we're not even exactly sure if they're gonna come back. It's just like,
Right, dude. It's like coming into the season
oh,
when this launched, like the whole, pandemic. It's like, okay, are we gonna have a season?
mm-hmm,
And then we have it now, and now we can see. But I think they're doing a pretty good job in that sense of like, all right, postponing, rescheduling,
mm-hmm.
kind of just going with it because this is a situation we never could have anticipated.
Yeah, and everything's changing every day, so we just gotta adapt. And
Fast, right? Yeah, and
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
I feel you.
for the most part, like I think they're handling it pretty well. So I'm stoked that we have a season, right?
Yeah, I know. I've seen fans in the Dallas stadium last week. I was like, huh? I didn't even go and do my homework on how that's operational or
Right. I
correct.
I,
I
th-
was just
I
like,
think they
huh.
can have only like a small number, like
They
instead
were
of it like let's
clustered
say it was
together
like
too. I was like,
there were. See, I didn't
yeah,
even know.
I don't even know.
I didn't even know.
Hey, is it okay to talk about? Because I read something on online that are we good?
Sorry, I had to take my AirPods off. I'm good. Can
No.
you hear me now?
Okay,
My
yeah, yeah, for
AirPods
sure.
died.
We're straight. We're straight. No,
Yeah.
yeah, there was just something. I don't know if it's okay to talk about. I don't know if it's like one of those Marvel top
No,
secret
talk about it.
things. But is it true that slowly the gym will be opening up, starting with like private sessions outside or whatnot, like one on
So I
one?
just saw that today.
Okay.
Like a lot of the news, I'm far behind it. Like I'll get it like I don't know if I get it last, but like there's the chains of command, and
Mm-hmm.
then for where we're at, I just wait. You know
Oh,
what I
I
mean?
see.
And once I hear it, it's posted to all my socials. So I just like good thing you brought that up because the gym is doing private sessions. How? Maybe I should reach out to Boston and figure that out because I'm not sure, but I know they're doing that and that just launched today. So that's cool in a sense. That's positive step forward
Yeah.
to eventually hoping to reopen, right?
Yeah.
But that's as far as I know.
Yeah, and I read too that they were trying
Yeah,
to
I
do
wish I
that
knew
thing
that.
where, yeah, right, and they're trying to host the gym, or like have the gym outdoors, which is totally cool with
So
me. It's just the weather thing is
it's
unpredictable.
correct.
Yeah.
So they're doing a lot of the California gyms right now have brought all of their equipment outside, but California is very dry.
Yeah.
They don't have the weather that we have. So then we gotta. I think it was almost 30. It was almost like 40,000 to start up, and like almost 30,000 a month. To
Mhm.
You gotta get the tent, you gotta get the equipment, the fencing, the security. You know what I mean? And then you got equipment maintenance, and then bringing it all out, and then figuring out it was so. I don't know if I don't know if it's from a financial. I can't speak on it, but I don't know how we can do that. Just from the numbers, what we're told, it's like whoa.
Mhm.
But the California gyms are having success doing it, but they don't have the elements of weather that we have out here.
Right. I think that's
Right. So
exactly the reason why like UFC Hawaii has yet to happen. Just that's one of the reasons, definitely.
right. Yeah.
We don't even have a big
Right.
enough
So
venue, first of all, and then if it's outside, it might just
that
rain randomly.
rain randomly, and then you gotta have full-time security
Mm-hmm.
because Hawaii, right? And you gotta have tenting, just stuff to cover this. It's just there's a lot of factors and variables that are just very uncommon. Again, this is uncharted waters, right?
Yeah.
So it's trying to figure out that. So I don't think that's out the question just yet, but I know that's not the number one priority just because the way it's shaping up to be in Hawaii, right?
Mm-hmm. So as of the current
Yeah.
state, it's just individual one-on-one personal training
I
outside.
believe so. Right now, it's like if you have a coach, you can go in, meet your coach, and go one-on-one. I don't know if it's outside. I don't know if it's inside. Yeah, I know we have the outside turf area, but as far as like what and how the details of it, dude, I don't even know. I just found that out today too. But I'm stoked that we have it.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
then that's going to
It's
be like
something.
a step forward. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's something, or
definitely.
we can have it. And that way we can at least take that data And if we needed to, send an email of that data to be like, look, our coaches are doing this with this amount of clients. Here's the reports of it. Here's social proof. Let us open.
Right.
Right.
I signed that petition about gyms should be essential businesses. When I seen that, I was like, yo, I tried to share that as much as possible.
No,
like,
yeah. So I signed that too, and it's been going. I think it's at like 4 or 5K right now, and I think it's at the goal is like 6. But I know once we reach that goal of like it's gonna go more and more. So yeah, man. Just if you see it out there, share it and sign it.
I am conflicted because I totally get why they don't consider it one, just because of the space and like the exposure to other people. If I'm being objective, I totally understand that. And just for the well-being and health of my family, I totally get that. But it's just, me personally, being advocates and people who the gym is an essential part of your life and your lifestyle and your health, your mental health, and just I'm for it too. So I'm like in the middle, but I'm definitely gonna sign it as soon as it opens. I'm definitely going.
Right, like I want to go, but at the same time, it's like, dude, like it's not fully over. People are getting better, but there's a chance, so it's such a sensitive area in that sense. But I'm right there with you. I'm right down the middle.
Yeah, same, bro. I gotta ask, what's up with your Send It graphics? What's that about? How'd that get started? Let everybody know what that is, how they got started, what you're doing, what you provide, how they can reach you. Let everybody know, man.
Appreciate that. So Send It graphics. So backtrack to middle school to about high school. I worked at a graphic shop in Waipahu. Shout out to B&J Signs and Graphics. Uncle Benny, he still helps me to this day. And I thank him for giving me all the knowledge and supporting me, taking me under the wing. Like I said, if I wasn't in sports, Dad had me being busy and I was getting a job. So I literally was every day since like baby days, school, sport, school, work, come home, homework, repeat. That right there, right? But long story short, I moved back, and then when I left, my dad took my spot, and then so he's doing all the graphics, right? So then finally, I've been talking with my dad for a long time. He still had the graphics business. He still has the same graphics, signs, and all that kind of stuff. I basically talked to him. I was like, look, I think I'm ready. I'm gonna start my own. We have our 2 different networks. Sometimes fathers be like, oh, you're gonna start the same business as me. I don't want that. I don't want that competition, right? But he was all for it. So once I got everything and I invested everything in the financials, it was like picking up a bike again. It was like you were rusty, but once I started, I knew everything. It came back to me. So what I provide right now, well, first off, what Send It means is like, just send it, go for it. Like, there's so many, like full send. Like I thought about this idea for so long, and like I even talked it over with my other half too, and she had her concerns as well. Like, we live in a small place. Where are you gonna put it? When you're gonna find the time from 6 days a week at UFC gym, 10-hour days, to 2 kids, and still giving her time? Where are you gonna find it? And Send It for me is like, sometimes you don't know the final result, but you just gotta go, and then you'll figure it out as you go, right?
Amen.
And that's how normally it happens. But if you don't send it, right, it's like you'll never know. You're stuck in the same rut. So for me, I was like, I had the funds, I had saved up. I felt like, you know what, let's just do it. And I had actually ordered it without her. Like, I had talked to her. But, happy wife, happy life. She wasn't too happy. But I knew it was that, let me just show you result. Let me just do my thing. Let me show you what I can do, because she's never seen me do no graphics before. Like, she's heard me talk about it, but you're ordering this machine, the cutter, everything, right? And it's like showing up in boxes at the house, and she's having anxiety and whatnot, and we're fighting and whatnot. But it's like, you got to go through it, because I knew I was going to have that opposition, right? But if I can just steadfast, keep faith, be positive, believe in what I can do, and believe in my abilities, send it. And I did. And that name, Send It Graphics, is just, that kind of just stuck with it. Like, so for me, it's all about just taking charge. If you want to go after and be very motivational, right? You want something, no one's going to do it for you. You got to go after yourself. And again, you don't need to see the top of the stairs. You just take that first step, and the next step, and the next step, and you're going to figure it out. Some of the jobs still I take on, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but we're going to figure it out. Like, you learn and you evolve.
So do you only do you only print and provide source material, or do you actually design some things too? Like you
So
got
with my
Procreate or
program,
whatever it is.
I do from like custom. It's a lot of just custom shirts, materials. I do heat press vinyl. So I found a niche in mask and whatnot. But what I do first is when someone has a job and they have an idea,
Right.
I have them send me their picture first. Let me see if I can do it first with the program. And depending what they're trying to do, we'll go through the consultation. We'll go through what it is. It's like, and then consultation it's nothing formal. It's just a conversation, via either it's like FaceTime or, texting and whatnot. But what is it you want? What are you looking for? Do you have a design? Do you need me to create something for you? Or you have a picture? Send me the picture so I can see. Then I can tell you off the bat, perfect, I can do that. I can't. And then before I start the project or before I start it, what I would do is contact that person first. And then, hey, I'm going to start your order. This is what I have. I'll send them pictures first. Let me get that green light. I bring them through the process. So they feel included in it. So they feel like part of it. And then it's not just the service that I'm giving you, but I'm giving you an experience. And and custom shirts, stickers, signs. Like this is about 5 or 6, 7 different jobs that I have like lined up. So today was prep work, right? Yeah, it's a lot. So there's a lot of like just time and prepping. And then tomorrow is I'll piece them all together, right?
I see.
So it's a very tedious job, but like it helps.
Wow, that's awesome, bro. When I found out that you do that, I was all for it. I was so supportive of you. I'm so proud of you, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And like there's some designs too, like people will send and like there's some designs where like I just can't do. And what I'll do is I'll try to source those jobs out to like, people that I know, or if I can find somebody. But with everything being closed, a lot of the times you got to have, before you could go into a lot of the shops, bring like a thumb drive and whatnot. And hey, I have this design. Can you pop it in? Can we do this and that? A lot of the shops now, you have to have the design fully, I guess you could say, created and so forth before I send it out. So again, that consultation helps me out to see if I can or cannot.
Okay. Yeah. So for the people who don't know, I'll put that in the bottom so they can check it out, man. Definitely support. You got my support. I just want to ask, because, not to like sound like I'm tooting my own horn over here, but it's very, I guess you recognize it when it's, when you embody that as well. But like, when I think of you and then I see like what you're about and what you do, man, you're very inspiring. Even if you're not in the same like lane, or you don't have the same exact goals necessarily, like you're a go-getter, you know what I mean? Like everything's well thought out, but like when you have an idea and you got a green light, you pull the trigger quick. Or if you get some source of inspiration here, and you just go full steam ahead, and there's no denying you. It's all positivity and such self-belief and confidence and conviction. And that's how you get things done. That's how you reach success. That's how you reach the next level. You bust through the ceiling, you kick down the door. It's like that mentality of like waking up before everybody else, before your competition, and like putting in the work and then staying later too. And I try to embody that as much as I can, and I believe I do. And then that's why when I recognize it in you, I get inspiration from that. Just, regarding of the different dreams or goals we have, the drive and the passion is the same. So when it's recognized, it fuels me more. So for one, thank you. And two, what do you attribute that to? Like, is it obviously your family, being able to provide for your children, like we just seen and stuff, but like, where does that come from? Was it just always in you? Did you have it instilled in you at an age, or does it come from sports, or where is that from?
It's such a great question though. Thank you. And I appreciate those kind words, bro. I really do. Like I feel like, the real ones will resonate with you, and like the ones that don't, it's okay,
Real recognize real, brother.
Real recognize real. And like, we're attracted to that. It's like we're that same person. And what's awesome is that like we've our paths cross, and it's just attraction, right? But as far as attribute that to, like I always say it's not about the followers, it's about who shows up at your funeral. Right? So
yeah, right.
It's whose lives will you affect and leave a mark on. And my biggest thing is legacy. What do I want to be known as, or what do I want to be thought of when my time has come, right? Because we're not gonna walk the earth twice. I mean, maybe in a different life, but as far as like this embodiment, this is once, man.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I want to do the most with the time I can. I want to achieve all my dreams, goals, and aspirations. And while I'm doing that, I want to affect, you know, just the people out there. If it's just one person, that's one person. If I can inspire,
Mm-hmm.
if I can get you to do more, you know, then to me, I want. That's just me. That makes me feel good, right? And then for like people like, oh, you inspiring me. It's like, I'm just being me. And if that inspires you, that's awesome. And I'm so stoked for it. But yeah, man, I think that's it. It's like, it's not about the followers. It's who's going to show up at your funeral, right?
Yeah.
What's that legacy you're going to leave? And then obviously, like, why or how, you got to be grateful or gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm always saying thank you. You probably put a counter on here how much time I said thank you to you, but it's gratitude, you know, of just being grateful for the things that you have, and, you know, grateful for the things that you don't have, that it gives you the fuel to keep going.
No, I'm right there with
Right?
you, man. I totally agree. I feel like I can never say thank you enough or show appreciation enough to anybody and everybody. You know, a lot of times your grind is solo and your discipline is solo, and the work that you put in can only be yanked out of your soul from you. But nobody ever makes it anywhere without help. You know, to deny that, it's, I don't know, it's arrogance or ignorance or of being oblivious. But like everybody gets to where they are because somebody invested in them, prayed for
Somebody
them, or was
invested in them.
part
Yeah,
of them.
perfect.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
And like what I was saying earlier, like the energy that you give off, even if somebody has a totally different goal, like you're a manager, you got your own company. If someone's just trying to have a simple, good workout, like just the vibe and the energy you give off, it fuels them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It gives them that, and I totally feel that. Like, and like what you're saying is why we do it. Like for me, like I totally agree. If I feel like I have to do, like if I make, for example, when I make a song, when I make music, right? Man, I don't care if 20 people hear it or 200 people hear it. If I felt like God put that on my heart and I had this to say, I'm going to say it.
Right.
You know, because like when you talk about legacy and family and impacting lives, like every time I reach any level of success or accomplishment or I make it, that's from other people, like either relatives who've poured into me or friends who helped me out. So I'm always going to reciprocate that. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like I can't be over here like not at a certain point and then not acknowledge that people have reached back, pulled me up, pulled me forward. And then it's a cycle. You know what I mean? It's a circle. You gotta, when it comes full circle and you're able to do that for someone else, and then you just see how like just humanity and how the aloha and the love works. Like I always say, I always refer to this saying like faster alone, farther together, you know? That's why I wanted to get you on here, because the whole reason I started this was to, for one, like I love to talk. Maybe I don't know, maybe I just love hearing my voice, but two, like I just have a lot of friends from different branches of life. You know, and then if I can help them get their name and their story and their brand or support their business, shout it out in any kind of platform, you know, I'm all for it. Like I just want to, you know, help people, because people will forget what you say, what you do, what you promise, but people will never forget how you make them feel. So and if it's like a feeling of genuineness or like actual care,
that's the exact word.
it just spreads. Because I mean, I'm all about like peace, love, positivity, and just spreading that as much as possible, you know. And I definitely feel that off of you, and that's why I can tell like you're gonna be successful in whatever you do. Like you have it, you know.
Thank you. Oh yeah, genuine. That's the word right there. You hit it on a mark. You're just being genuine. Be you. Don't. You know, again, being positive. Be you, and let the real ones resonate with you, and the ones that don't, it's okay.
Yeah, I want to ask because you I saw a picture. I guess it's you. I guess this is your thing. You created it, but it's on a shirt. It was "Be you, they'll adjust." Or did I say that correctly? Be you and they will adjust.
Yeah. Be you, they'll adjust.
Where did that come from, and what does that mean? I know what it means, and I have my. I just want to hear what you.
Like no, it's just like where I feel like I've seen it somewhere, and I feel like with so much content, so much digital data out there, just being a curator, right? Finding things and kind of change it into your own, and then sharing that out to the world, because not everybody gets to see what you see, right? Nobody has the time to be on that same platform or know what they're looking at. So I try to be a curator and share content, and then I use that data to see what like people like, whether they saved it, shared it, commented. I try to use that data and replicate that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I felt like I saw that BU they'll adjust somewhere, but I don't know. My work desk behind me, and I create so much their stuff, right? I create their custom. A lot of my business is custom for you, whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I felt like it was time to make me a shirt. What did I want? What did my first shirt want to represent? What was it gonna say? And I thought long and hard, because I just don't want to pump out a design and just be like, I got 10 shirts of these, here it is. I wanted to pump out a simplistic design, and it came to my mind. I was like, boom, BU, they'll adjust. It was perfect. And I was like, I slapped it on a shirt, and like, such great. I just got 3 more orders of that shirt today. It's blessings. I'm so thankful. Like, I just never thought.
Those, by the way.
Yeah, I never thought it would be like that. And it's such a great saying. It's just be you. They'll adjust. It's as simple as that. Simple the better. But yeah, that's kind of where it came from. It's just I just see so much content out there, and I just curate it to create my own, put my own feel on it, and then it just kind of came to fruition in that shirt.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Because I read that and I was like, I sat back and I was like, huh. I've always, in the back of my mind, abided by a similar saying. Just he's reading it worded like that. I was like, yo, that's it. Like, you got one, because like that's how I try to live my life anyway. I feel like everybody should. Like I said on my one other podcast with Bryson, who's like a weightlifter and a bodybuilder.
Good friend. Yeah.
I told him, right, Bryson, right? I told him, like, man, when I try to bring up like my friends or relatives or just anybody who's trying to like work out for the first time, and working out is just one example, but like when they'll feel intimidated or pressure or insecure, I'm like, man, you're here for you, like this, what you get out of this, or not just from the gym, what you benefit out of life, what you get out of life is all on you, like the right people and opportunities and timetables will fall in place, but like what you make out of this is you. So if you're over here spending time trying to impress people online or in person that you don't even like anyway, and that you're probably never gonna meet anyway, or like have a conversation with anyway, you're investing your time and effort and energy into them, into their opinions, into their thoughts about you, and that's taking you personally nowhere. That's why I feel like when people are like, dude, you just like a jack of all trades, like, you like, you're in the church band, you make your own music, you lift, there's the martial arts, you start your own podcast. I'm like, how do you, like, who are you? I'm just, in my mind, I'm like, I'm just, all of these things, I'm just trying to be me, I'm just trying to be me. And like, I'm passionate about a lot of different things. I got my hand in a lot of different places, and I just try to stick to who I am regardless of what I'm doing. And then, yeah, like with you, with your managing skills and how you run the gym, and then how I see you promote your online things, regardless of what you're doing, I know that's Josh. You know what I mean? Because you have your personal stamp on it. Like, for example, like if like Robert De Niro, if he's playing a gangster, if he's playing a grandfather, if he's playing a cop, regardless of what role it is, it's Robert De Niro. Like, you hear him.
Wait, pause. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Sorry, thank you.
Oh, you go. We can wrap it up in a bit. No, yeah. So I was just saying, like, whether you see Robert De Niro in a movie and he's a boxer or a gangster or a cop or a grandfather, he owns it, and it's him regardless of what role he's in. Right. And that's so important to, like, because he's adapting to his situation, but he's being him, and then regardless, the performance comes off amazing. That's why I really resonate with what you're putting out there. Like, be you, they'll adjust. I feel like that's such an important thing for people to hear, especially in a day and age where everything's digital, everything is likes and followers and numbers and statistics. And that's why there's a lot of like depression and insecurity and competition and hate. And it's just like you nailed it. You hit it on the head, man. Just be you, they'll adjust, and you'll go farther than like letting other people hold you back, because it's just you who holds you back. So
Right.
I really, when I saw that, I was really like, I was blown away. I'm gonna have to grab a shirt from you, man.
Thank you. Yeah, like in a day and age of consumption, everyone's consuming other people's stuff. They're scrolling and then they're consuming, and then that consumption has to go somewhere. But now they're not being themselves, and what they're consuming, they're trying to be that, right? Don't need to do all that. Just be you, and then you'll be more happier, right? You don't have to consume and worry about other variables. There's no energy, like how you put it on point earlier, like you're wasting all that time and energy and being something else when you just be you, and now you have all that energy to do all the other things that you want to do.
Yeah, it's so cliche. Like that phrase is thrown around so loosely, like just be yourself. But in a day and age where everyone tries to fit in, and there's a cookie cutter way of being like this, or acting like this, dressing like this, talking like this. There's no more originality. There's no more like uniqueness. Like, God made you to stick out. Why would you want to blend in?
Right.
And then that's
exactly.
when like that's when you do your own thing and you take off. Like, oh, Josh, oh yeah, that's the manager at UFC. Oh, he has his own graphics company too. Oh, blah blah blah. So it's like that's from you, like not following the crowd and like having dreams, having goals, and like going for them. So I applaud you for that, man.
Oh, thank you.
I want to ask, what's the just from an outsider's perspective, going to a place where my business and my consumption is going to, what's the most difficult part about being assistant manager at a big corporation like a gym?
The nature of the business is not just your regular 9 to 5, right?
Yeah.
So like, duplicating yourself and others in a job like this it's a very high stress job, because there's numbers, quotas, things like that to hit. I love what I do, and that's why I feel like I succeed in what I do, because I get to help change people's lives. But it's finding those rare gems amongst the crowd that would want to maybe like do this too, right? Like, and so from that aspect, I guess from the duplication of a management standpoint, that's probably a very hard factor. Then the other factor is just getting people into the gym. That's your number one objective, right? It's just as a membership specialist, as an assistant general manager, you drive traffic and getting people. But once you get the people into the gym, and it's like, wow, all once is nice, right? Gym sells itself. So it's an art in itself of just talking the lingo, practicing, getting people in, like how you said, doing the tours. You got to be energetic. You got to have that spunk, and you got to have that energetic, and the spunk, and just have that. So I guess that's probably one of the biggest factors is just like, now fitness has changed so much. It has changed so much now, especially now with 2020. So coming back to fitness after, it's like, hey, how is that going to be? So again, uncharted waters, but you got to adapt. Right. And I look forward to that challenge.
Nice, man. Nice. I respect it a lot. It's not easy. Like, people take it for what it is at face value, but there's a lot that goes in. Like, you think you just see me talking to these people trying to convince them to buy a membership. There's so much more prior and after that. Like,
like
I feel
a lot of the times though, people walk in and they'll fist bump me, but for that split second they see me sitting on my chair. But that split second they see me sitting on my chair day after day after day, right? That same time frame, right? But it's like there's 10 other hours, there's 12 other hours, and then a lot of that work comes home with you. What appointments do you have the next day? Who's coming in, right? Or what do you have set up for the weekend? All right, what's your numbers looking like? So a lot of those questions are not just being left at the gym, they come home with you. Then your phone's always ringing for people. Oh, someone call, or you get a text back. Oh, is someone text back? Or I'm interested in the gym. So it's one of those jobs, again, not like your traditional 9 to 5. It's for some, it's not for all, right? Yeah. And that's what's I guess I stand out amongst the crowd because I like what I do in that sense.
Yeah. And going back to that, like, I'll end it on this. I don't want to keep it too long. I know you got it.
You're fine, bro. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Just like what you were saying, that split second where you fist bump somebody on their way out, that connection that you made, there was a lot of investment into that, into getting that person in, and then now they're regular. Then now you guys have this day-to-day basis friendship and relationship where it's like that. Right. So how important or what are the most important people skills and relationship skills do you feel like anybody that you can share as a word of advice to anybody who is a manager or who is a part of a business, who, you know, you need to create relationships with people, who you need to build bridges, you need to network? For anybody who works in any type of business that has those types of requirements, what would you say are the most important skills or factors that involve people skills, talking to people, connecting, networking? What would you say are the top requirements you need to have and or work on and, you know, portray in order to get these people into your business or into your brand?
A great question. What I would say, like, I mean, we're in a business of social, right? So you have to be social. Like, if you're going to be in the gym industry, in the gym business, you got to get over that hump, I guess you could say, of receiving a no and taking it with a smile and move on, right? It's such an emotional roller coaster ride in a business like this. So you got to be able to control your feelings in that sense of just being able to know what's ahead, and always will help you out. But I mean, guess going back to the question of just being very sociable, having again, that energy. But if someone coming up like this right here that we're on, they need to learn that. And if they don't know it, they don't know it. They need to teach themselves, because in the business of marketing, in the business of, getting people into the gym or whatever your product is, if it's, you got to be able to know how to market it. And if for someone to sit back and say, I don't know how to use Facebook, I don't know how to use Instagram ads, I don't know how to use LinkedIn, I don't know how to use Google SEO, right? Well, the information's out there. You got to go teach yourself. So for someone out there, they got to be, for one, hungry, and two, they got to be willing to adapt and willing to learn. Because again, this age of technology is so changing that you can get left behind if you're not adapting. And then once you get left behind, you start making up all those excuses. Oh, this gym's hard. This business is hard. Well, for one, you're not doing the grind. And two, you're not utilizing the tools that you have in front of you that are free. Mm-hmm. But you're telling me you don't know how to use it? That's just an excuse. That means you don't want it bad enough. Go Google how to run a Facebook ad. Watch a video on YouTube on how to run an Instagram ad. It's not hard, but a lot of the people will consume, but they won't do.
Right.
People will watch my stuff over and over and over, but it's that 1 out of maybe 10 that'll act. Right. So going back to it, it's just being able to learn the ever-changing ways, because everything's going so digital. So you got to be able to adapt, be coachable. And then I think one thing that really helped me out, I'll be quite honest, was a public speaking class.
Oh yeah? Like, was it at a community college or something?
When I went to college, it was one of my elective classes. And I was
you took it as a legitimate class?
Yeah, like a legitimate class, like in college. Like, it was a full course, and we had testing and all that. So, this is so crazy. Back when I was in college, 2006, we had a camera at the back of the class recording ours, the VHS tape. I have that VHS tape still. So
we still have a VHS player.
Right. So I'm on that age where I was before it, and I was right at the beginning of it. Mm-hmm. Right? Where I was the old phones, the Nokia phones, where the game was Snake. I was there, right? The Snake phones, the flip phone that maybe, right? The flip phone that maybe had the camera, Sidekick 1,
the
Sidekick
Motorola
2,
Razor.
Motorola Razor, right? So
I had a pink one, bro.
You had a pink one, see, I had a red one, right? So like, that was the coming age of technology, right? Because we didn't have all that stuff like elementary, middle school. I think I had a beeper in elementary. That's how crazy I had a beeper. But I guess being able to willingness to adapt to it. And for me, I felt like that was such a good edge for me, because I was never afraid of the hard work, but it's like, okay, how do I do this? Well, I'm not going to sit here and be sad that I don't know how. I'm going to figure it out. We can Google something, we can look on the internet and figure it out, but most people won't go through that. Yeah. They won't go through that. Just, okay, I got to learn, I got to write this down and whatnot. I spent hours trying to figure this out and grow my Instagram from what it was then to what it is now, right? So it's just a lot of the grind behind the scenes.
That's one thing, man, that I will never, ever question or doubt about you, is the grind. And like what you said, the acceptance of the hard work. And just for the record, before I continue with this, I had a pink razor, not by choice. It was my auntie's handover. So for anyone thinking I chose to have own a pink razor.
Yeah, the
I did
pink
not.
razor.
I just wanted
Yeah.
one. My parents would not buy it for me. My auntie handed it down to me. So that's why I
Remember
had a
that
pink razor.
razor, everybody had a razor, bro. It was the craziest
I know. I
thing,
just, as soon as I got the pink, I just put a case on it. I was a wrap. But
in case on your on, and you had to hit like 3 times to get
no,
to
man.
H, or
Yeah,
when you're
dude.
texting.
If there's one thing school taught me, it's how to text without looking.
Right.
I'll be like this. I'll be like this,
Yes.
looking my teacher in the eye. I already sent a full paragraph
Sorry,
just right now.
that is so true. That is so true, dude. Because you got at the table and you could text without
Oh
looking.
yeah, it's hard now because it's all one screen.
Yeah,
You
it's
kind
on
of
one
know.
screen. Before you had
But-
the buttons, you could feel. You knew
Yeah.
where 1, 2, 3.
There's
4,
like
5,
braille
6.
on there too.
Yeah. That's
You know-
so epic.
You know what I don't understand? Why there's braille on the buttons of drive-through ATMs? Like, why are blind people driving?
I never thought of that. It's so true though. That is so true.
The other day I went. Yeah. Anyways.
That's a conundrum. Yeah.
Anyways, man. Like, yeah, I just really wanted to give you props on your work ethic and your grind, because that's something that's very evident in everything that you do. Even just talking to you, you seem hungry, you seem motivated, and you seem like you got something to do right after this call or whatever. And I just want to say, man, it's very contagious, and I try my best to live that way. And when I see it in other people, I feed off of it. And those are the people that you wanna surround yourself with, like people who got the same goals as you. Maybe not specifically,
Right.
but when you
Same
have
hunger.
that drive, yeah. Like what you're saying, like a lot of people want to be successful, but they don't want to. When it's time to do successful stuff,
Right.
they don't show up. Like
Right.
you and a lot of other people I know. That's the key component. It's just how do you want to do this or not? And then I feel like you're somebody who, when you have a dream, a vision, a goal, as soon as you get that green light in your heart, boom, you send it. You're all in. You're 100%, all gas, no brakes. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I just wanna thank you, man, for being a great source of inspiration and fuel to me personally as a friend, and just with everything that you do into the gym, because that gym, it's done a lot for me, like mental health, physical. I made a lot of good friendships there, and it's a community,
Yeah.
So, before I let you go, man, I just want to ask for anybody who's interested in hitting you up for whatever, for your graphics or any other thing you got going on.
Yeah.
And just the last piece of, just if you want to shout anybody out, any advice to somebody who maybe is in a similar situation as you, trying to just make it, be an entrepreneur, jack of all trades, just business owner. The floor is yours, man.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. For real, like, it's like you have one shot here. It's like we're mid-30s, 20s, and it's like we're not getting any younger. So why not make the best of the life that you can? And if you don't know how, you just gotta start one foot in front of the other, right? So for me, a big thing when I went into the gym was branding. How can I brand myself to stand out amongst all these other gym membership people out there? Right? Because there's tons of gyms and there's tons of membership people. Hi, hello, you want to come into the gym? Baba, you referred. No, right? Of course you want to follow the scripts and whatnot, but therefore the MF outro was born, right?
Yeah.
Because that became brand. That was a brand and it still is. You said it earlier, the MF outro. I would do that every night because I knew the consistency would build that up into people looking forward to that. And then now it just became a thing. You do something over and over and you put it out into the public over and over, it becomes a part of you. So I wanted to create that brand. So for any aspiring business owner out there who, especially in Hawaii, in a market that's so saturated with everything, because everyone's going online, how can you take yourself and separate yourself from everybody else out there? Whether it's a goofy MF outro or it's something else, you got to find a way to stand out. And I felt like branding was the biggest thing. And if I could take one word to brand myself, was work ethic. And those are the two things right there, was branding. And if I could find one word for myself, was work ethic. And being that hardest worker in the room, be that person. Whether people are watching you, whether people are acknowledging you or not, they might not say something, but they're watching you. And another big thing, sorry, rambling on, but the one thing I love to go by is luck is when preparation meets opportunity, right? So you gotta be prepared. You gotta be ready. You gotta have that edge and just be ready so that when that opportunity hits, it's like, oh wow, that was good luck. No, it wasn't good luck. That was the last 5 years of me grinding at night,
I
being
just
prepared
needed a
for this
window.
one moment. I just needed that one shot. I needed that window. So for me, a lot of that grind is just me preparing myself for that opportunity, right? And that's basically it. It's like for young aspiring people out there, like, I'm on my phone. I had another phone out here somewhere, but the phone, we didn't have what we have this day, right? Before growing up, right? We didn't have it. We did, but to a certain degree. So the power
we
that
caught
we
like
have,
the beginning of it.
we caught the very beginning, and we were before that. So for anybody out there that's wants to be an entrepreneur, today's a day and age, and fail over and over, and don't be afraid to fail. Learn from it. Welcome the failure. Let it sit. What did you say? You commented on my Instagram.
Yeah, that's something that I wanted to bring up too, because that I abide by that so much. The reason I have any success in anything is because I failed. And whether it's a test or whatever it is, a marketing move, failure is so essential. I always go by the phrase, like, let it hurt, let it go, and then let God, because for me,
that was it.
The main thing is like you cannot deny failure. If you're not able to analyze and take a step back, swallow your pride, and be like, okay, this didn't work out because XYZ, and I need to change A, B, C, you're not gonna be successful the next time you try. You're not gonna know how to adapt, how to change gears. Like if you're afraid to fail, you already failed, because you won't even take that first step, like that leap of faith to even try.
Yep.
Yeah. So I always tell people that all the time, bro. I'm so glad you brought that up. Like failure is essential to being any type of successful. Because you there's so much growth and learning. Like what you said, we're in the information era. If you want to know how to do anything, just open YouTube, open Google. There's literally no excuse. How to. I've learned a lot. Honestly, I've learned a lot with how-to videos on YouTube. I'm not even kidding.
How-to videos, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Failure, like what you said.
That's the crazy.
Failure is one of the best teachers, because when you have your wins and you have your highs in life, that's awesome. You celebrate that. You worked hard. You earned it.
Right.
But when you're here, it's like you either win or you learn. There's no losses. When you're here,
exactly. I love that. You win or you learn.
What do you take from it? Why did it not work? Okay, regroup, revamp, adjust, take a break. Now let's go again. And I'm so glad, bro.
Any successful person, you could ask them, like, instead of asking them like, why are you so successful? It's like, what did you fail at before?
Yeah. And
they'll tell you everything that they failed at, but all those failures, all those lumps and bruises has made them what they are today. So if you see somebody and they're successful, it's like, it's because they put the time in. They put the time in behind it.
Hey, bro, Michael Jordan got cut from his high school basketball team.
Totally, bro. Yep.
You know what I mean? Hey, man, I'm going to put all your links in the description where people can find you, check you out. Thank you so much for doing this, man. Go take care of your family. I know you got a lot probably on your plate, most likely, I'm guessing.
Thank you.
I thank you because you are such a busy person and you are a grinder and you're a go-getter. Thank you for taking your time to do this with me, bro. We're definitely going to do this again. So I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Have a good night. Have a good week. I'll see you soon, hopefully when the gym opens up.
Yes, bro. Thank you.
Thank you for showing up, man. God bless, bro. Have a good night. Easy.
You too, bro.